Hi, this is Arnav. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about the Nucleus Vision project. So there's a lot of news and hype around Nucleus Vision project, and their Telegram channel has actually exceeded more than 30,000 members. And many people wanted my opinion on the Nucleus Vision project. And because most of the team is Indian and the CEO and the CTO are Indian, and this has been touted as one of the biggest Indian ICOs that is coming out in the near future. So we are going to talk about the Nucleus Vision project, and we will look at some 4 or 5 parameters. Like we'll look at what exactly is it that they're trying to build, how are the team and the advisors, and some other things like how much are they raising, is it good the amount that they are raising, and tokenomics and white paper reading and all that. So yeah, let's talk about Nucleus Vision project today. So Nucleus Vision, if we go to the side, we see that they are building something like in which maybe offices or shops can tell who entered the building, and they are backed by Tim Draper, Reliance Capital, End Usage Partners, and Quadgen. So these two are really big names, Tim Draper's and Reliance Capital. So that provides a lot of validation to the project, but it doesn't mean that the project will succeed. Tim Draper even supported Tezos, and we all know what happened with Tezos. So they show that they have been trusted by brands, that they are maybe providing solution to them already, but there's nothing here which supports that claim. Okay, say if I Google Tommy Hilfiger and Nucleus, will I find something out there? So I don't think so. We are going to find something here. So no proof to the claim, but again, this looks nice. Then if we look at what they are trying to build, so this line again is a lot of hype words around it. Founded at Harvard University, Nucleus Vision is an IoT-based contactless identification system that empowers retailers to identify and better serve their customers. So there are so many hype words in this line. Founded at Harvard University, are they the next Facebook or something? Nucleus Vision is an IoT-based contactless identification system. So this whole phrase from till contactless is identification system is total hype. This actually means gives some value to what they're trying to build, which is that it empowers retailers to identify and better serve their customers. So that is the problem that they're trying to solve. And if we go deeper, we find their phase one, that what is their phase currently, which is in-store customer identification and personalization, then phase two and phase three and so forth. Nothing which gives an idea of what exactly is that they're trying to build till now, which I think this should be actually visible and clearly understood. Clearly, like a normal person should be able to clearly understand that what is that they're trying to build on the top side as well. So that is one recommendation that I have for the team. Then they are planning to connect the unconnected and so on and so forth. Okay, so if we move on to how does Nucleus Vision work, we find that we have retailer here and customer here, and these are the three elements that Nucleus Vision will deploy that would allow the retailers to better empower their customers and give a better experience. So we have three parts: ion sensor, orbit, and neuron, and they have given some features of each part. And I would even go through this video as well, which they have provided, as this gives a great idea of what they are trying to build. So there's this guy who is trying to figure out what to buy, and he went to a normal store, but now he went to a Nucleus Vision powered store, and he sees that he has certain amount of Nucleus cash. He goes there, and the store owner gets notified. So this is an important page. So he gets notified, okay, that this is Christopher or whatever, Luke, who has come to the store, and he gets the information, all the information regarding Luke. What are his shopping habits? What are his previous purchases? And other things like his age and height and all that. So he gets to know that, and yeah. So then he recommends, okay, Luke, according to your this background, you should check this out, check this dress out. So Luke tries that dress out, and so he says, okay, it doesn't seem that well as it looked online. So the store owner actually then gives Luke another dress, and Luke then actually finds that dress to be great, and he pays to the store owner in N cash, which is I think Nucleus cash, and he gets back some a reward as well. So that is how Nucleus Vision works out. What I don't actually understand is how are they collecting the data for that person. So they are saying that they have an ion sensor. So if we go to the product, I'm going to the product page. So if we go to the product page, we find that they have this ion ease case. So all the store owners have this case on their stores, and this doesn't use Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, RFID, or facial recognition, nothing like that. So if a person walks into the store, I think this gets this ion case identifies that person and is able to notify the store owner, maybe through an app or something. So that is what they are trying to build, and this is very simple to use. It is secure. That ion case or sends that data to the blockchain maybe, and it is very simple to use. And so that is what is their solution. Still, I haven't actually understood how is it working out. So let's read the white paper, or they don't even have the white paper right now. They have a light paper. So let's read the light paper and try to understand how the whole ecosystem will work out. So so these are some common things which were there on the side as well, which is on the light paper. So it is a building first IoT based contact list. This again hype words. So it now enables retail brands around the world to build and execute a customer-focused shopping experience that leverages data from both in-person and online channels. Okay, so they collect data and they apply some AI and deep learning and all that, and they recommend and they allow to execute a better focused shopping experience. And okay, so they have some strengths and weaknesses. So they have invested 3 years in technology to build a patent pending sensor technology that overcomes all the drawbacks of existing retail technology to identify in real time any person walking in the proximity of a Nucleus Vision ion sensor. So this is their patent technology. That is why we are not able to clearly understand how it works out. So we need to trust these guys out in this case, that okay, so they have a patent pending technology which doesn't use any of the existing technology, and it identifies the person who is walking in the store. And yeah, so this is the patent pending technology. Is has an ion sensor, dynamic in-store pricing, and single sign-in and online to offline attribution. To and it even identifies. It has a mechanism to identify customers' journey across digital and physical channels. Okay, so this is what they are trying to do, and their product is already actually in the market, and they claim that it is in the market, but I was not able to find actually some retail stores that have listed out Nucleus as a partner. It's only on Nucleus's side that they are showing that retail stores are partners. So that is how their product works out, and this is really important to understand. This is the process flow. So the customer walks into a store, then the customer's phone ID is recognized by the ion sensor. Then the ion sensor sends the customer's phone ID to Nucleus Vision. Okay, so this sends that to Nucleus Vision, and that Nucleus Vision is maybe a blockchain or it's a server. I don't get it what it is. Maybe it's a blockchain based system in which a transaction is made, and that Nucleus Vision sends a text message to the customer offering them Encash. And if the customer opts in, Encash is credited to his or her account, and Encash can be moved to an ERC20 compliant wallet. Okay, so that is how it works out. And Nucleus Vision securely transfers this customer identification to the retailer over blockchain. Retailer maps the customer with its core system and identifies new data that can be offered by Nucleus Vision's blockchain network. And the retailer has no previous shopping history. Then the retailer system automatically requests for data from Nucleus Vision's extended partner ecosystem. Okay, Nucleus partners set predefined rules to share customer data among friendly non-competing entities and share the requested customer data points if approved. Okay, if the new if the network partners accept the request, they further route out the authorization to the customer for sharing data through blockchain before sharing the data. And okay, so I am now trying I am now getting a sense of what they are trying to do and what will be their business model. And so a customer receives the request for sharing the data across the retail partner network. And based on customers' data, unique score is generated by Nucleus Vision's neuron technology. Yeah. Okay. So what is happening is when a customer walks in, this the ion sensor detects that which customer has walked in, and it sends a notification to the retailer. Okay, so this is the customer. These are some past records, and you can offer better experience by doing this. And what happens is their solution actually needs to have a network in which their solution is already implemented in many stores. And when a customer walks in to maybe a new store, that new store would be able to leverage data from other stores as well, to which the customer would have walked in. So that is how that will work out. And how they are incentivizing the customer is that they are going to actually pay the customer in Nucleus cash. And that is how if a customer will be able to get the reward only if he verifies that, yeah, I'm going to share my data with Nucleus. Then only he will get that Nucleus cash, which can be used in other partner retail stores as well. So this looks as a interesting idea. What I'd like to even know is how are they getting information regarding the height and maybe the weight and looks and preferences. They preferences would be able to do would be easy to do, but I would like to know how are they getting information regarding physical attributes. So yeah, because they haven't mentioned an IoT device for doing that. So this project looks interesting to me, and it solves sort of a problem. If it solves the problem for the retail sector, because online experiences is not that great. Buying clothes online is not that great, but you get a lot of variety and you can scroll through a lot of items by going through online websites. But if you are going to a physical retail store, you have to individually look through items. And it would be great if we can have this mesh of this hybrid of offline and using the feature of catalog and so many other models that we can use on online systems and apply them to offline retail stores. So Nucleus looks as an interesting project to me. And now going through the team as well, we find that so CEO is Abhishek Pitti. He's a Harvard Business School alumni, and Avinash Pitti is the CTO. I think they are brothers. And if we go through the LinkedIn, we find that, okay, so let's go through the LinkedIn. And we should even go through the LinkedIn of some investors. So Tim Draper doesn't need an introduction. He has invested in so many big companies, even SpaceX, Tesla, and all that. And Srinam Vishwanathan, I have heard his name as well, I think once or twice, but still I'll have a look. And Reliance Capital is also a big name. So they have really great investors, and their team is also nice. And advisors, their advisors are super great. They have Madhusan Kela, who is like Chief Investment Officer at Reliance Capital. Then we have founder and CEO of Washman PR. I haven't heard about this, but look at this. Ian Belina, who is like the really godfather in the ICO community. Then this person who is like the ex-civic advisor at B Token, really famous, and ICOs, big ICOs. Then we have other names and former CEO British Telecom. So big names associated with the project. And yeah, and they are even partnering with some big companies, Idea, Reliance, Vodafone, Intel. But again, I haven't actually seen something on their company website. So I'm really skeptical regarding what they have to offer on the partner side. And I would like to see something like a link maybe on the partner's website, which verifies that they have actually partnered with that big name. So let's now look at some links that I've opened. So if we go to Abhishek Pitti's LinkedIn website, So he is a Harvard Business School alumnus, and let's look at his work experience. So he graduated from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I have never heard about it. And he did an MBA from Harvard Business School, but he supposedly dropped out in 2013 from Harvard. And he has an experience in FedEx, which is a big company, and Gulfstream Aerospace. Never heard about it. Co-founder and director, investor in the Blackstone Group, Mumbai area. Looks nice. Looks nice. So he has a good. I would say he has a good background. He has a credibility. Gulfstream Aerospace is a big company. So yeah, he is like not a really big all star, but he is right there. He's a star. And let's look at Avinash Pitti now, his CTO. So Avinash Pitti has been senior manager MI Group, manager at Bank of America, ERP consultant, Philips. So he has a software background and he did big data and social analytics from MIT. I would like to see some visibility regarding his time frame when doing the degree from MIT. But okay, let's assume that what he has written is true. And yeah, so again, he is a star. Again, he's a star. I would say he is not an all star, but yeah, he's a star. And this is the investor that they had on the page. So he's a board of director at Quadgen, which is again an investor. So in that company, okay, so he is board member there, and he is a senior advisor. UCLA MBA, IISc, which is a great research institute. So again, this he looks like a good man. He is again a star. And let's go through some companies that he is board of director. Okay, so 70-80 employees. It's again good. So they have a great team. They have great advisors. They have done some great promotions. What I would want to know more about is how is their product currently being used and how many people do they already have on board. So if we search for Nucleus, so I actually looked at some sites that they had provided, and most of the sites that they had provided here regarding featured in, most of them were like in which the CEO had a comment. I think only one or two of them actually talked about this whole project of Nucleus, and most of the sites were actually talking about the comment of the CEO on Bitcoin scaling debate or on blockchain space in general. So that is sort of a red flag, but again, it can be ignored if you see at the team and the advisors that they have on board. So that is regarding that. Now let's look at their Telegram group as well. So they have 36,000 Telegram groups, and I was actually following their Telegram group. And when Ian Bellina made a video on Telegram, that is when their Telegram group actually exploded quite a lot. And Ian Bellina has actually provided a lot of marketing to these guys, and he's actually a really big reason why the Telegram group and the hype has actually exploded around their project. So let's have a look around. So Ian Bellina actually made a video as well. He made 2-3 videos. He is a advisor. He has invested a lot of money, his own money as well. So yeah, and so my personal opinion is I like their team, I like their idea, I like their advisors, and I think they are raising somewhere around $40 million, which is a bit on the higher end of things, but again, it is doable. I think if they can maybe lower it down to 25 or 20 million, I would recommend Nucleus more. And yeah, so I like even that. I don't have information regarding the tokenomics and how they divide the tokens among public and among advisors and product, but I think they would figure that out as well. What I'm worried about is the product and their partnerships, and I emphasize again and again, what matters at the end of the day is the product, and no great team can pull off a bad product or a bad idea. So yeah, this is what is my review regarding Nucleus Vision, and I hope you learned something regarding what exactly they are trying to build. I don't actually give financial advice, and I would recommend to do your own research when investing in ICOs. Investing in ICOs is actually very risky. It's like investing in penny stocks. So please do your own research as well. And I personally try to stay away from so much hype projects. I look for projects which are really great technical, which have a great tech team, and which are most people actually ignore, which hasn't caught in, which hasn't been in the news, which don't have like more than 2,000, 3,000 Telegram members. That is what is my personal choice. But again, it depends on what you are looking at, and maybe if you have so many big names associated with the project, the price might shoot up when it gets listed on big exchanges. So yeah, this was all regarding Nucleus vision. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.